from Macomb City Hall. This is Macomb Mayor Mike Inman coming to you on Friday, the 29th of January, the last Friday of the first month of 2021, with the most recent update regarding the COVID-19 pandemic here in Macomb and McDonough County. So a lot of information to share with you today, excuse me, as it's been a while since we were last together, and a lot of things have happened since we were last together. I want to kind of focus the conversation on the three legs of the stool we're building to help mitigate this pandemic. First and foremost, the washing of hands, social distancing, and all those other mitigation tools that we can do by making sure that we cover our face and social distance and wash our hands. That's the first leg, mitigation. Second one is testing, and we're going to talk today about testing because just because we have vaccines rolling out, testing is still part of the overall plan to get this virus under control. And so we're going to talk about testing, and then of course we're going to talk about vaccines. I know that's on the minds of many people now. So let's kind of review where we're at. First and foremost, we had one day this week we had reported no new cases in McDonough County. So obviously a milestone again. It's been months since we were not reporting any new cases, so that's a sign that all these things we've been doing are paying off. Still got a ways to go yet, but light at the end of the tunnel. The most recent information from the McDonough County Health Department was released yesterday afternoon, Thursday, and they were reporting 3 additional cases and 1 newly recovered case for a total of 2,204 total cases reported since the onset of the pandemic. They're currently tracking 45 cases, and then 2,110 people have been recovered, and then unfortunately then 49 people have lost their lives to COVID-19. So that's where the numbers are at today, and I don't want to forget about it because we still are monitoring. The Department of Public Health at the state level is still monitoring our rolling 7-day positivity rating across our region of Illinois. We're meeting all the metrics as far as available hospital beds, available ICU beds, available ventilators, and then the fact that we're well below the threshold of 6.5% to remain in phase 4. The region is in the 5+ range, and we here in McDonough County are in 3 or less percentage range of positivity. So all things looking good as we report today. But again, we hesitate to share that because we don't want anybody to get the idea that, oh, this is all behind us. But at the same time, we have to press forward. We have to continue this, sustain it, and we'll be good, and there is definitely light at the end of the tunnel. So let's talk about the testing leg. I just got back to City Hall about an hour ago from being tested for I believe the 5th time, and these are the IDPH testing sites that are coming here and setting up on the campus of Western Illinois University in Q Lot. They were here today. They would have been here till 4. They'll be here Monday the 1st, and then next Thursday the 4th. And they're also going to be here the 8th, the 15th, and the 17th of this month. Those dates are at the bottom of your screen now. So IDPH testing, Tanner Hall Circle, Q Lot. It's important that we continue to test so that we can make sure that we're doing everything we can to minimize the spread, even with the onset of these vaccines, because quite honestly, there are very few, there's a very small percentage, less than 2% of the entire county in McDonough County has been vaccinated. And so we still have to be diligent on the testing so that we can keep people isolated if they're positive. So those dates again at the bottom of your screen, the 1st, 4th, 8th, 15th, and 17th of February. Doesn't cost anything. It's minimally invasive. The test results are fairly rapid. They're going to tell you 4 to 7 days, and my experience has been consistent. It's within 48 hours. In many cases, less than that. But again, the promise is between 4 to 7 days, but I'm telling you that they're much better than that. Please avail yourself of that. It doesn't require, again, any doctor's order, any prescription, any insurance. It's a very fast, efficient, and effective way of keeping track of the testing. You can still go to MDH for testing. Their hours of operation are located on your screen now as well. You can also go to CVS for testing through an appointment process at their website. So testing is widely available, and we're grateful for that. So let's talk about what is on so many folks' mind here recently, and that's the vaccine. So as you know, it's still in very limited supply across the state and across the country, but there is a plan now being rolled out by the McDonough County Health Department, and we'd ask you first and foremost, if you have questions, they have updated their website. I want to thank their public information officer, their new employee, Reva Ferris. She's done a great job of updating their website, and the ability to book vaccination appointments through their website is exceptionally friendly. And I will also tell you that there are plans to bring on a call center early next week, but you'll need to check with the health department's website for updates on that. And we'll give you some more information on the process here as we go along. But quite frankly, the thing to remember is here, and I know there's a great deal of anxiety, and I completely understand that as we enter into phase 1B of this, where essential workers now are part of the mix that are allowed to receive vaccinations, and then our 65 and older population. And again, I think we shared with you with this several weeks ago. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, we have over 5,000 people who are over the age of 65 just here in McDonough County. So as the health department has rolled out their plan, they've already taken online appointments. They're all full for next week. They're set for the 2nd and the 4th. But this website, I would encourage you to go on the health department's website, and that information is at the bottom of your screen now. It's mchept.com, and it automatically takes you to the first page is a COVID-19 vaccination appointment. Click on that. It's several clicks, but that's okay. You'll eventually get to interface with a Department of Public Health website that it's a master scheduling location or website for many locations across the state. So once you get to that, there'll be an outline of a survey that you'll need to take, and you'll answer some yes or no questions. And one of the first ones is, are you a senior 65 or older? You'll answer yes or no. If you answer yes, then there'll be some other things that may or may not apply to you. They're more in line for essential workers. So again, we're talking about essential workers and people over the age of 65 that are the biggest overwhelming group in this 1B group that's now eligible for vaccination. So you'll go through that screen, click yes or no as it applies to you, agree that you're self-certifying that the information is correct. You'll click next. It'll ask you to review it and confirm it. Click confirm, and then you'll go to the next phase that will allow you to see the what locations in Illinois you can go get vaccinated at, and you'll see several locations here in McDonough County. Click on one of those, and again, it will have to only be for the group that you fit in, either essential workers or 65 and older, and then it'll give you the available dates. And right now, I'm going to tell you right now, the only dates that are available on that site right now in McDonough County are for essential workers. The 65 and older slots are all taken up for next week. I'm being assured by the health department that they'll be loading additional dates and opportunities into the computer, so we'd ask you to check that website frequently, particularly starting Monday. If you want to if you want some other easy to remember ways to get to that same scheduling profile or website within the Department of Public Health's overall website, you could go to getyourcovidshot.com. That information's at your bottom of your screen now, as well as another one, COVID vaccination, all one word, .dph.illinois, all one word, .gov. So it's covidvaccination.dph.illinois, all spelled out, .gov. That will take you directly to that website. You won't have to go through the health department's portal or the other getyourcovidshot.com portal. It'll take you directly to it. And I only share that with you so that you have options as you look at trying to get those slots available to 65, particularly the population that's 65 and older. All three of those will eventually get you to the same scheduling protocols and website. But you know, say for example, if one or the other one goes down, your access portal, then you have another means by which to access those websites and get those Again, they're all full for next week, but I would assure you that the health department will be loading additional dates in there, and I would encourage you to start. You can, this weekend, you can get proficient, test it out, see how it works, and again, you'll get to the point where it'll say there's no slots available, but you will exercise your ability to become familiar with the access and the survey. And then so come Monday, I would look for you to an opportunity to get additional slots available as they're released by the health department. We also want to thank our friends at the local Hy-Vee food store here in Macomb. They have taken on the capacity here locally to also offer COVID vaccines. We were already hearing from some people in the community that they were able to get those earlier this week. The management there is grateful to be able to offer it, but they want me to stress that these are not walk-in appointments. They have to be made in advance. And the link for that is displayed at the bottom of the page right now. And I'll go through that with you. It's high-v.com/my-pharmacy/COVID, COVID -vaccine, vaccine-consent. That will take you to their scheduling website within the Hy-Vee store, and they'll get you set up. Again, you can't walk in there. They don't take walk-in appointments. It all has to be scheduled in advance, and they're happy to be able to provide that additional service to the community. And I would suggest that there will be other private vendors, private and business locations as we continue to build out the availability of the vaccine. But keep in mind all along that right now there's a nationwide limit on the availability of vaccines in general. So when you factor that in to the number of vaccines that need to be given, it's going to take time. No matter how many locations we have to administer the vaccine, there may not be vaccine here available in the community in a timely manner. And that's not to suggest that we're not being well taken care of or anything like that. It's just the logistics of moving the vaccine from the manufacturer. Right now we have 2 approved vaccines, one from the Pfizer company and the other one from McDonough. Those are both been utilized by the clinics that the health department, MDH, and the private vendors have been distributing. And we're hearing some things at the federal level as early as just earlier this afternoon about Johnson & Johnson's vaccine being on the verge of getting FDA emergency approval sometime in the next week or 2. That will add a significant number of doses into the national supply. And then we're also hearing about AstraZeneca, their vaccine being close to receiving emergency approval from the FDA. So again, as those additional vaccines come into play and get approval, that will obviously mean more opportunities for both the private and the health department vendors to get those shots out in clinics into our community, as well as communities all over Illinois and the United States. So again, understand and surely appreciate the fact that there's a great deal of anxiety amongst the population, and that's why we're sharing this information with you with the understanding that there is a plan now in place. The health department's website is up to date. They have unfortunately have all the bookings for 65 and older booked up for next week, but we're being told that they will be loading additional dates in there the 1st of next week. So we'll look forward to that, as well as I know many of you watching are looking forward to that. So let's talk a little bit about some other things. For example, we would remind you that there's still an opportunity for those 2,000 plus people that are recovered to get in touch with the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center. That information is at the bottom so that you can donate your plasma. One of our City Hall employees who wants to remain anonymous is set up to participate in that program. They are a recovered COVID patient, and they're very anxious to be able to share their plasma to the level it can help someone else who's fighting a very severe case of COVID, help them recover. We'd also like to remind folks in the business community that the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity will be offering a webinar next Friday, a week from today, on the 5th of February. That information is at the bottom of your screen now. The U.S. Small Business Administration Federal Paycheck Protection Program. This is an additional round of PPP that's available for small businesses so that they can help get access to forgivable loan information at the state and federal level to help offset the effects of the pandemic. And that information is on your at the bottom of your screen now. So some ongoing and continuing help for our small business community. And as we begin to wrap this up, I would share with you that we're getting late information today that we're probably going to be just south of a significant winter snow event this weekend. So I would encourage you to be alert for maybe some potentially flash floods, a significant amount of rainfall rather than snow. That comes with a mixed bag of goodness there. We're not plowing it. We just have to worry about it ponding on streets. So be aware of that as a possibility late this weekend. And again, it appears right now that a significant amount of snowfall will be north of us. But factor that in if you have plans to drive or travel anywhere this weekend. And again, we're suggesting that our stool is being built on solid ground with mitigation, that we can all wash our hands, wear face covering, social distance, get tested, and participate in being vaccinated. So again, light at the end of the tunnel, and we're looking forward to moving forward through this pandemic. And we'll keep you as informed as best we can, and remind you that if you have concerns or information that you'd like to either share or have, please feel free to contact any of the numbers at City Hall that are going to be at the end of this production today. So for now, thank you, and hang in.